Hey everyone, how you doing? How you doing, guys? How you doing today? Hello Ann, hello CJ. Hola Felipe, hola Gaby. How are you guys? How was your trading day? How was your trading journey? Hola Alex. Hey Justin, Tyler. Hello Linda, Randall. How are you? So, team, first of all, I need to apologize with all of you guys. Uh, Yesterday I had a family thing and it went out of hands and it took my whole morning and part of my afternoon. Uh, Nothing wrong, just something that I needed to take care. So sorry about yesterday. I know usually if I'm not going live, I just send a note, or even here on the live session, it's like I left a note or something. But yesterday, again, it took me by surprise. Again, nothing wrong, just something that I needed to take care. But here we are. Thank you for all of you that went to the chat asking me everything good. Yeah, so I'm so sorry because I'm usually very good giving notes of what's going on, but yesterday was a mess. All right. Yeah, Tyler, pretty choppy today. It has been crazy. 50 points range on ES, something similar on NQ. This is SPY. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. Hey Patrick, thank you CA, thank you for your understanding. Hi Luke. Hey Andy, how are you? Thank you Gabby. Yeah, everything good. Hello Sven. Declan. Yes, of course. I will take a look. I usually go to the traders lab like after the trade review. So just for you guys, if you are on traders lab and you are like sending your homework, notes, questions, everything, expect answers on the afternoon. Usually the mornings is like we are focused on, well, first on the trading, but second on the community, and then the afternoon we go over all of the messages and everything. But yes, I will take a look in a few minutes. Thank you for the heads up. Oh, thank you Austin, thank you Alex. Declan, you had a heartbreaking loss today. Too impatient. Hola Carlita. All right. Hey Bets boy, how's it going? All right guys, so this was SPY. SPY completely mess. Oh well, you know what? First. Hey, Faisal. So I have an announcement. I'm super excited about this. I wanted to share with you. As you know, I have been a business coach and a consultant for several years, like more than 10 years. And uh, last year I started as a peak performance trading coach, and it has been a journey. It has been a journey because most of the business coaching concepts can be applied to trading for real. And that's why it's super important to see your trading as a business and not as a hobby, not as a third wheel, not as a something that you can do on your spare time. You need to be committed to trading. So in order to take the most value to not only to the communities where I participate, but also to my students and also to all of the YouTube subscribers that, by the way, we are about to hit 800. Thank you very much for you guys that you show up every day. So I'm looking for ways to provide more value to you. So I'm super excited because I'm super close to show you this. This is a sneak peek. It still needs some work, but this is gonna be published next month. So finally, I have an ebook. I know you have heard like hundreds of lessons about journaling, but when you turn your journaling into a performance based habit, it's a completely different story. It's it's the next start on your trading journey. This is the real start of your professional journey in trading. So I just want you to to give you a heads up. This ebook, it's finally done. Again, it's on the edition, and I just wanted to share with you guys, because you come here every day and give me, you know, like the good energy, the good vibes for everything we do. And I've been trying to provide value on the live streams, value to everyone who reach me on the YouTube comments, on the YouTube chat, or even on the other communities, Discord, the Accelerator, the Traders Lab, the Walls of Wealth, the Greystone community. So all of these communities where I belong, also the Stocks Pilgrim community. So all of these communities where I belong, and you guys are being with me on this journey. I just want to provide the most value that I can. I want to share all of my experience and all my tips and tricks. And well, this is one of my first projects on the trading industry, besides the coaching programs, right? So if you can't go into an investment like a coaching program, a performance coaching program, because it's out of scope, it's not the right timing, I know, I understand. So this is my way to help all these traders that are committed to get to you know, keep improving every day, but you just can't commit to something else. So I will be releasing a few pieces of value over the next months. I'm actually building a whole ecosystem for all of you guys that want to go into the performance coaching, but you can't just, you know, like deep dive into it in one time. It's gonna be gradual, so you will have more and more and more and more content. And I'm really excited. The first thing that we're releasing, it's something about journaling. And it's not just about journaling, it's about gathering the right data for you, because this is something that this is something that happens all of the time. I'm gonna just come here. All right, this is something that happens all of the time. Many traders, look at this, many traders copy strategies but skip the work of tracking their own results. All right, so I just want to tell you, your personal data, not someone else's plan, reveals what works for you. And I read this question like more often than you think. Neto, what do you think about this strategy? And it should be like, what do you think about it? How well do you execute it? How much data do you have about your results when running this strategy? Because a trader who constantly tries different strategies never collects enough data to know what works for them, and never collects the right data to know what works for them. And this is super important, guys, because once you find out your edge, you will start having a lot of confidence. And the more confidence you have in your strategy, the easier it is to stay patient. Patient enough to wait for the setup, patient enough to wait for the entry, patient enough to let the trades run, and patient enough to stay focused on the process. All right, so this is something that I'm super excited to share with you guys. And well, that's it. I mean, if you want to know more, this is my website, Trading Performance Coach. I will be updating and uploading more information on the next days and weeks. So thank you guys for being here. As I said, we are about to reach 800 on the community. We just passed from being like 15, 20 people on the live to be 50, sometimes 60 people. And I can see on the stats that some of our videos reach 500 views. And that's amazing. That's awesome, because that means that there's a lot of people finding value in what we share. And this space is because of you, because all of the questions that you ask, because all of the experience that you share. And I'm just your communication channel to share with other traders. So thank you very much, guys. And well, let's take a look to the chat and then to the charts. All right. Thank you, Faisal. Thank you for your questions, dude. You ask like really hard questions all the time. Thank you. Hi, Chandru. Sounds good, Chucky. Thank you, Felipe. Yeah, Linda. Thank you, Tocayo. That was kind of your fault, Tocayo. That was kind of your fault because I want to reach more people in what I do on the performance coaching, and this is one way to do it, and it was because of your ideas. Thank you very much, Tocayo. Hello, Francine. Yeah, CA, thank you. Declan, I realized today that being patient is the fastest way to become profitable, and being too aggressive is the slowest way. Yes. Neto, you going to California? Heck yeah. I'll see you there, guys. I'll see you there. It's gonna be next week. So if you guys are in California, if you guys are on the Traders Lab, well, you already know what we are talking, right? So if you know, you know. If you don't know, that's okay. I will be in Los Angeles, close to East Hollywood, Wednesday and Thursday next week. If you guys are around and you want to grab a coffee, or you want to go for lunch, or you just want to hang out and just have a talk or something, please shoot me an email. Go to Trading Performance Coach. You will find my email there, or go to the channel description. You will find my email there. Shoot me an email and let's try to plan something for next week. It will be awesome to put faces to all of the names that we see here. If you guys are watching this recording and you are not on the live stream, please shoot me an email. I would love to get to know you. So I have available Wednesday noon and Wednesday after the trade reviews, and Thursday morning and noon, because I think my plane ticket is for Thursday 6 p.m. or something like that. So guys, if you are in Los Angeles area, just shoot me an email. It will be great. Hey Ann. Hey Ramesh. October 13, 17. No, it's just I will be there 7, 8, and 9. That will be all right, guys. So let's charts. I'm sorry I took like 13 minutes away from you, but it just, I'm super excited about everything that is going on lately. So I just want to share with you. So today, SPY, what we are watching here in SPY, absolutely nothing. Just range, just fake out. SPY faking out this 5-minute opening range low. SPY faking out this 5-minute opening range high. And we did anything. The only thing that that show up on SPY, let me show you. Guys, remember, don't judge. This was my trade here. What was it? All right, well, what I was trying to do was this, after these fake outs, after identifying the range on the day, I was like, okay, well, let's try to take advantage of this range, right? So I came here after this drop. I was watching these rejections here. If you go back on the day, you will see that this area here, maybe, let's say something like this. All right, yeah, something like this. This area here has been the battleground where buyers and sellers were trying to take control of action, right? So I was watching this break, all these rejections, and I was like, well, I mean, if we can break this 5-minute opening range low, this 662, 50, 40, well, I'll take the ride to low of the day. And that was exactly what I did. I mean, for some reason, the contracts were moving awful. Like I took my entry here, never came up after my entry, but once I was in this position, I was like 8% negative. Why? I don't know. On this candle here, on this candle week, I was like 15 negative, and it was like a few cents away from my entry. Well, lucky me, I took like half my position right here, but with this drop, I'm gonna show you this exact movement on QQQ, and Luke was taking this trade, but on QQQ. Well, here I took like 25%. I just this movement from here to here, it was only like 25%. So I took half my position here, and then I got distracted, guys. And in this candle here, I mean I tried. So I ended break even. I'm kind of ashamed of this because it was really a distraction about me. But well, yeah. So my first position, I closed my position right here. Then I re-enter on this candle here. So I took like again a few more contracts here, but then I got distracted, and this candle here took me break even. So yeah, I know it's my mistake. Well, it happens to everyone. It happened to me today. So break even on the day, like small green, like I think I made like $40. It's a McDonald's day kind of for me. So so that was the only play that I said like, oh well, maybe I will take. Well, this is exactly what I do, right? This is exactly what I do. All right. Hello, Eileen. Bets boy between it rested the cap and went down. Yeah, like yeah, right here. Can you see here, guys? Like it was kind of a like a head and shoulders kind of thing. I was actually waiting for this retest, but because it was struggling here, I was like, ah, well, let's take the right to low today, and that's exactly what I did. It was kind of a squeeze kind of play. It tested honestly SPY, QQQ were indexes to trade, but IWM had some good setups. You know what? It was a time where I was charting IWM, not trading, but charting. And the one thing with the IWM is that I don't understand how it works. I mean, if rates go up, that index go down. If we have some good news, it goes down. So I really don't understand the IWM. So that's why I stopped charting IWM. But yeah. Hello, Sherry. Francine, you took ES 1043. 1043 calls, puts. What you try here? Or well, if it was ES, it was short, long. What you tried here, Francine? What was the idea here? Like this break retest, 5-minute opening range, continuation to the downside, maybe. Yeah, bet boy. Yeah, that's kind of a chart that sometimes moves like nice. Yeah, I feel you, brother. Yeah. Well, let me tell you something here, Francine. I really like this one here. The only thing is that you haven't you just sweep this previous day low, and look at the reaction right here. Look how well buyers were defending this point here. So I don't know, like yeah, I get your idea here. It's just like I don't know, like after this, maybe I will wait like for the break and retest of the previous day low, because it already swiped this. It already swept this. I'm not sure why I'm keep saying swipe. I don't know what swipe is. Swipe is like swipe the card. Yeah, sweep the previous day low. So that's why I don't know, like that's what I will weight it here, because it's look at how strong these candles were. I know, well, after this drop, I understand, but this is a very relevant key level, previous day low, right? So I don't know, but I understand what you tried there, Francine. Ramesh, yeah, I was looking at Meta and I was like, oh, this dude, I'm sure he's building his empire with Meta puts. Let's take a look to this. All right, so that was the only thing that I watched on SPY. This is QQQ. This is just awful, guys. This is just awful. Again, this is just a range. It tried to go up. It started to go down. I think, look, this is what you took, look, like 1123. That was your play. Look, are you there? Yeah, break and retest 598. Yeah, break, retest 598. Yeah, as you can see, this area here was the actual support, then resistance flip zone, right? So this, I think this qualifies as a break, retest, boom. But QQQ, for some reason, it was way better on contracts. I think Luke made like 50% on this drop. And remember, do you remember I made like 25% on this drop on SPY? I don't know why. Actually, I just entered my position and I was negative like 8%. So I don't know what happened, but QQQ was a little bit cleaner. So 1123. Yeah, this candle here. Yeah, I was trying to guess what you tried here. This makes sense, right? All right. Yeah, that was the only play that I was watching here. Again, I know this is not the Scarface usual method, but it is a break and retest of this resistance, turn support, then turn into resistance again, flip zone. All right. So that was the only two plays that I watched on QQQ. If you guys tried something on QQQ, can you tell me? EE, hi Neto, I have a question regarding position size. Do you size the same every trade? If so, that will mean your risk reward based on dollar amount will be dynamic. Yeah, well, I was actually talking about position sizing a few days with one of my students, and I was telling her that there's only there should be only, like, let's say three different sizes. Or, I know my student is here. Would you like to explain this? If you want to. If you don't want, that's okay. Well, for being honest, guys, when we talk about sizing, it's different for everyone. It's different for everyone. Because, for example, I don't have this thing about, okay, well, if I am very convinced about this, I'm gonna double size. No. I have my high conviction A plus setup, and that's my regular size, right? It's not that I'm double sizing when I like it. No. I have my regular standard size for my A plus setups, and then I have a smaller size position for trades that I don't like that much. Something is missing on the context, something is missing on the correlation, something is missing. But my A plus setup is my 100%. All right. So I don't go with 150% if I like it too much, because there's nothing like I like it too much. Is it an A plus setup or it's not, right? So if it's an A plus setup for me in my playbook, in my criteria, it goes with my full size, right? Full size. If something is missing, I go with, let's say, 75% of my size, 80% of my size. And if I'm trying something like, okay, well, you know, guys, sometimes I'm trying like new plays, new setups or something like that. It's like, okay, well, let's try something with some, you know, some skin, right? Some skin on the game. So I usually go with a few contracts, like 2 or 3 contracts, just to have this. Okay, well, first stream, high or low of the day, second stream, my key level, third stream, you know, like my final target. So, but that's how I do it. And my size position is always on a dollar amount. It's not about how many contracts. It's always in a dollar amount, because sometimes, especially now, right? Especially now, for example, SPY, I'm taking same day expiration. The same contract could be like $1 at 9:45, but 60 cents at 11 in the morning. Right? So what I do, if it's my A plus setup, I go to my dollar amount. Let's say it's I don't know, $6,000, 9:45. I'm taking 60 contracts. But if it's 11 in the morning, I'm taking 100 contracts, right? So it's not about the contract quantity, it's about the dollar amount. And these are my 3 sizes. A plus, my full size. Good setup, but something is missing, 75-80% of my full size. And when I'm trying something, or I just want to have, like, let's say a starter position, I just go with 10-15%. All right? Does this answer your question? Sometimes the dollar move of your market structure, stop loss will be lower and higher. Yeah, and that's why my stop loss it's a percentage on my on my full position, right? It's a percent, but it's not a fixed percentage, right? Because I'm always looking, for example, here, I'm always looking to enter into this position, because I know that if I have an entry here, my invalidation level, that will be the top of this candle, this will be something around, let's say, 20%. That's usually my stop loss, between, I don't know, like 18-25%. So that's why I've been backtesting my setup like constantly with a lot of tries, and I'm trying to get to know my ticker, because this way I can understand how much of risk in a dollar amount is this. And well, that's how you do it, right? I mean, let's say it's a trial and error, but with intention. That's why I look at this. Thank you for these questions, because this is just telling me that we need performance-oriented journaling, because journaling is not just about to record if we won or lost on the day. It's about everything else. It's about how we prepare for our trade, how we felt on the entry criteria, if our trigger was actually there, if we took emotions or decisions over the emotions. So all this information, it's just to take these decisions that you are asking, right? So are you taking your stop loss here? Absolutely yes, because I feel comfortable with my size and my risk here, because I understand these kind of moves, right? So I can take 1 or 2, like yesterday. I didn't tell you yesterday, but yesterday I took 3 trades. I took 2 losses and 1 win yesterday, and I ended green on the day. Why? Because I understand this risk reward, and I understand the risk reward on my playbook, because I have been backtesting and collecting data about how my ticker moves, about the time of the day, about reaction to news, about reaction to data, about all this. So this is why journaling performance oriented is so important, guys. All right. So Linda, you did QQQ break and retest at 11:14. Give me 1 second here. 11:14. You were trying. You're very welcome, EE. What's your name, EE? Linda, you were trying puts, I'm assuming, like this break of this 5-minute opening range and going down. Jose. Pepe. Nice to meet you, Jose. All right. I remember you, Jose 96. Yeah, I remember you. Good. Well, I'm glad you stayed on at least on this community. If remember, my friend, if you have any question, it doesn't matter. You are not on the accelerator anymore. This is your home. Right. So Linda Brown, you took puts 11:14. What you were trying here, Linda? This is the breakout of this range here, the 5-minute opening range. This was super dangerous because these might be, I mean, lucky you, it wasn't, but these might be just a retest of this 5-minute opening range, right? So yeah, all right. So you enter here 11:14 and you went out 11:22. Oh well, that was a hell of a trade. Good. Did you take same day expiration, next day expiration, Friday expiration? What did you take? And what strike did you take? Jason, can I ask you how to backtest? Well, I think the easiest way to backtest, but that's just my opinion, it's with TradeTella. I'm not sharing my affiliate link of TradeTella. It's just an experience share. I think the easiest way to backtest is with TradeTella. You can't backtest with the strikes, but you can backtest with the asset, right? With the SPY or QQQ, so you can understand how it moves, if the setup is there, and how it's gonna react. So, in my opinion, TradeTella it's way easier than actually do it with just TradingView. Why? Because you can automate a few things, and also with the data package from TradeTella, you can go like years back, and with TradingView it depends of your plan, right? I think I have like 80,000 bars, but when you are trying the 1 minute, it's like, yeah, it's super hard, right? Yeah, look at that. Look, back tested almost a year on NQ with TradeTella. It's really nice. It's really easy, and also you can create your reports right there, because it's like creating a new journal, so you can actually have reports of your performance on TradeTella. So if you are looking to pay for a tool for backtest, I think TradeTella it's not only super affordable, it's super useful. And if you are not willing to pay for anything, I think you can go back on TradingView and start recording everything. But it needs to be like really very technical, right? Linda, you took 598 same day expiration. Good. So oh my god. So you had like 60%, 70% here. It was a huge win, right, Linda? All right, guys. So that was the only thing that I was watching on QQQ. I wasn't watching, but Luke was watching, and this is kind of the same play that I traded, but on SPY. He he made a better trade than me. I was actually distracted. As I said, I re-entered and I went out on this, and he took some of my profit from the first one. Yeah, it was a mess. Yeah, nice, nice, Linda. Congratulations on that. Congratulations on that. All right, so this is AMD, guys. It's really easy here. It's the break and retest of the 5-minute opening range. Let's see what was happening on the indices. Give me 1 second here. Well, again, they were doing absolutely nothing. So, because the indices were super neutral and you were actually squeezing AMD, this will be a nice trade here. And 162 here. Let's see 162. Look at this. Look at this, look. This is actually happening again. This is actually happening. SPY, it's super close to previous day low. I like the, well, no, it's too late. It's too late. All right. I already closed my broker. All right. So this is AMD, guys. 162. Can you see how relevant has been 162? It was resistance, support, 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 resistance, resistance, resistance. This 162, if you go to the daily chart, this has been a very relevant key level on the daily chart. I mean, even if you go like farther, like here. So this 162 has been a pivot for AMD for so long. So it was expected to have a move here, but look at this rejection here. Look at this rejection here. So yeah, this was a nice play. Again, break, retest, 5-minute opening range high. It was a nice play. I don't know, like with the indices like this, you take anything with relative strength, right? You take anything with relative strength. Jason, I don't trust AMD. Come on, why? Why? AMD only really moved because of Nvidia today. Well, that's a really nice observation, Ram. Why? Because that's another way to look at the names, right? If you see that there's something that moves with another, well, that's like another confluence for you, right? What are you talking about, Luke? Dude, you just lost me. AMD was the name that gave me most money last year. I kind of love it. I kind of love it when you are shorting AMD. When you are going long, it's just crazy. Amazon, yeah, Amazon has been weird lately. I know. Advanced money maker now. Advanced money destroyer. I have read on Twitter. Well, x.com. Advanced money destroyer. Destroy. All right. So indices were doing nothing. So this is quiz to high of the day, break, retest, 5-minute opening range, and just going back to high of the day, it was a 122.13 risk reward rate to trade. All the way to 162, it was a 122.6 risk reward rate to trade. That was a decent trade. And after that, just choppy. Amazon, come on, Ram. Look at this. Look at this. It's super nice, super clean, super neat. Break, retest, 3 different things. Look at this. 220 key level on the daily chart. 5-minute opening range low, and this 220.07. What is this? Oof. 220.07. Oh, it's, I don't know, it's It's not here. All right, 220. This is a key level. This is a strike number, round number, side number, break, retest. Also, it's the 5-minute opening range low. Close to, look at this. If you were aiming to low of the day, it was a 127. Oh, not that good. But what about 218.50? That's the next strike, right? That's the next strike. It was a 1 to 3.5 risk reward ratio trade, and it actually went to 218. This was a nice trade. This was a super nice trade, and look at this. It was super clean, right? Break, retest, reaction right at the key levels. Anyone took Amazon today? Faisal, AMD is the king. Apple and Google are trash. It's out of your watch list. All right, all right. Come on, look. I think yesterday, if we go back to Amazon to yesterday, probably not. Well, maybe this. Well, this is a break and retest of the 5-minute opening range high. And this is the break and retest. This is the break and retest of previous day high. Come on, guys. You're just... All right. Amazon, 949. 949. It's this one here. Good job there. Good job there, Joseph. What you Joseph, can you share what you tried here? Like I don't know, like Amazon 21750, or what is the next strike here? 21750, this week's expiration. How much it moves from here to wherever you close your position. All right, so Joseph took Amazon 21750 puts this Friday expiration. And do you remember how much it moves from here to you close at 20%, like on this pullback? Or yeah, there was a nice trade. Good job here, Joseph. Good job here. All right. So 20%, I will take it any day, even if it comes from Amazon. Sometimes sometimes it's, I don't know, like I feel at low of the day, something like here, or sometimes I feel like a lot of joy taking money from Amazon. Just it feels like a revenge, right? Like when I see my credit card statement and I see all the stuff that my wife and kids buy from Amazon, it's like, oh well, I mean, it was my revenge. I know it's, we are not break even, but this can work. This can work. So it just feels different when I take a win from Amazon. It's like, it feels different. It feels like double. All right, Nvidia guys. I know a lot of you guys were following Tony. They launched this new program, the Traders Edge. The response from you guys and from other traders from out of the community has been amazing. They have so much good vibes and energy on the live stream, and I'm just super happy that everything went like it did today, because I know there's a lot of expectation. Not hundreds, thousands of people watching the live. and taking a loss on here. This I think this was the first trade, right? Like this break and retest of pre-market high, 5-minute opening range high, and it ended cutting this trade, but taking an 84% rule. I think it was like that, right? They they took this trade here, ended cutting here, and took the 84% rule here. Yes, okay. Thank you, Luke. Yeah, this was an amazing trade. Amazing, amazing trade. And with the kind of risk reward that Tony is always playing, this was like a super small loss, and this was a huge win. Because I'm sure that he didn't close his position like here. He ended letting some runners above this 184. This is the previous day high, and he just he just took the way, probably all the way to 187, right? I mean, he's an expert taking market structure, because I don't know how he does it, but sometimes he's like, okay, well, I'm taking something here. Oh, I'm taking something here, and I'm letting my runners run here, and then he switches to the 5-minute chart or the 15-minute chart. I don't know how he does it, but suddenly he managed to hold his positions on this, and his runners end making more money than I don't know, like if he left like 20% of his position as runners, sometimes that 20% makes more money than the first 80%. So I'm I'm super glad that this actually ended well on the live stream with a lot of people. If you guys are on the accelerator, I think we will have a lot of new members in the next days. So happy to see all new people there. Happy because I think that's gonna bring more people to these live streams. Uh, I'm happy for the community because this community is amazing. This community is amazing. I don't really follow the live streams anymore because for me, I'm always looking to something different. So sometimes it's kind of noise, the way they are, like talking about the reasoning. So I don't join the lives anymore. But the community, the energy in the community is just amazing, and I love it. That's why I stay here, and it's just amazing how people helps other people, how people share their own experience. It's great. It's great. Uh, okay, so Nvidia is king. Jason, you took Nvidia calls 952 candle pre-market high retest, but stop out under this candle. Yeah. Did you re-enter, Jason? You don't take the 84% rule. I missed this trade. Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame, but do you understand the 84% rule? I mean, the market structure is intact. So that's why even when this candle is showing a huge overreaction about around this 183, once you reclaim this, I mean, dude, you are actually respecting market structure. Can you see here? Even if you go, let's go to the 5-minute. Look at this. Even if you go to the pre-market, look at this. It respected this trend line from the pre-market. So this is why the 84% rule makes a lot of sense. I know I'm not a big fan of the 84% rule. I'm not because not because of the strategy, but because most of the times um it's like, oh well, I'm gonna give it a one shot to this ticker, and if it fails, it's like, okay, well, your chance is gone. Let's look for another one. That's why I'm not like an 84% rule big fan. But look at this. I mean, this actually worked perfectly, right? CA, he left 10 runners. Yeah, I'm sure these 10 runners made more money than the first position, right? Bets boy, would you take the trade in the retest of the previous day high after the consolidation ended and it broke out? Probably yes, on these candles, one of these two candles. Like, this is just retesting, reacting really nice, defending this area here, defending this area here. It's actually creating a lower, I'm sorry, a higher low. Can you see here? Higher low, higher low. So yeah, maybe on one of these two candles, it will be awesome. Because now Nvidia, it's I think Nvidia is just like Tesla, right? There's nothing like too much in Nvidia. Because someone could say like, oh well, this is now overextended for the day. Dude, come on, look at this. Uh, Can you see? So yeah, I think would you take it? I think I will. Like, actually, guys, I've been telling this for so long on these live streams. My favorite setup, it's the break and retest of the previous day high and the previous day low. I think this is just my opinion. Full disclosure, disclaimer, this is not financial advice. uh in my opinion, the break and retest of the previous day high and low, is the best setup, because there's a lot of liquidity built on this area, just because all of the buyers and sellers that were left behind here on the previous day. So they are fresh orders, and also it's like, I mean, it's the most recent and closest external liquidity. So if you guys don't understand about liquidity, I will strongly suggest that you start reading about it. If you guys belong to the Scarface community, go watch the accelerator. I think it's module 4. I don't remember. I think it's module 4, but the liquidity videos, the liquidity video is the one that made me, that take me my aha moment. That was kind of my moment when, oh, now I'm understanding a lot of things about the break and retest, and everything changed after that video, for real. And this is not something that I'm making up like today. If you go watch my live stream from months ago, if you go watch my interview with Tony from last year, you will listen that, hey Neto, what's the one thing that changed your journey? The liquidity video. For real. Go watch my interview. That was, I think, October last year. Yeah, I think it was like last year. So liquidity, guys, liquidity. Understand liquidity, and the break and retest strategy, piece of cake for you. All right. Declan. Oh, Alex, I was about to enter on that previous day high reclaim, but felt I was going to fail on my discipline goal. Good, good there. That's success. That's success, Alex. Stick to your plan. Even if it looks like super juicy, if it's not in your plan, that's a win on my books. Declan, Neto, how do you deal with news because they took the 84% rule 2 minutes before red folder news? Uh, that's a very good question, but the news were about job openings. So again, this is experience share. The jolts and job openings usually don't punch tech stocks, usually. So take a look to that. That's just an observation. That's just an observation. take a look to the previous job openings on the previous months, and you let me know your finding. You let me know your findings. So I think that was something that Tony had on consideration, and he just didn't care about this. This was just too strong to ignore. Yeah, this was just too strong to ignore. Um, you can trust Nvidia anymore? That's boy. Uh, good, good, good. Hey, Basil, how are you? Thank you, brother. Hey, Basil, if you joined later on the live stream, please don't forget to go watch the beginning of the recording. I made a few announcements, and you're gonna love them. Uh, I mentioned the market structure. Good. Gabi, it's simpler and safer. Francine, Tony says Nvidia is not like Tesla because it respects the ATR, average true range. That will be new for me. That will be new for me. I know what the average true range is. I actually use the implied move for the indices. It's similar. Well, it's not similar. Well, they are, like, they are on the same family of concepts. But I didn't know that Tony was watching this ATR thing on Nvidia. This is, yeah, for real. This is the very first time I read this. That's good to know. Bets boy also shoot out to Vincent. Previous day high and low king. Yeah, that guy is a monster trader, right? He's he's so patient. He's so patient and he's so good with his levels. Yeah. Neto liquidity class. That's something that it's not gonna happen. I'm sorry, Gabby. And the reason is because, I mean, you are already on Tony's community. Just go watch that video. Just go watch that video. I mean, there's nothing from me to add to what you will learn on that video. For real, it's that good. It's that good. And there will be people that will say like, oh well, that's a super simplistic, and that's the very basic about the concept of liquidity. Yes, but this is, I mean, break and retest, it's all about simplicity, right? If you start adding indicators, if you start adding smart money concepts, if you start adding ICT concepts, if you start adding like all other stuff, it's, I mean, I'm not saying you are gonna fail. No, no, no. It's just gonna be way harder to trade this simplicity. I mean, you can see Tony's charts, you can see Jack's charts, you can see Ramesh charts, you can see Lauren charts, you can see Luke's charts, you can see my charts. We don't have too many things. Look at this. Look at this. How many lines we have here? And this is Nvidia. I mean, this is one of the most important names. This is new. This is new. But how many lines we have here? This is also, this is not here. 5-minute opening range, 182.50, 181 here. Previous day high, pre-market high, 5-minute. You don't need too many things to trade the break and retest. And that's one of the things that I like the most from this strategy, because you can manage your risk like really well, and you can have good expectations about continuation on the moves. That's it. Guys, I'm gonna share something very personal. I'm smelling here, and I think my wife, she just cook flour tortillas, and she's the best. All right. You see, my day is just getting better and better. um, Royale, I like the entry of high of the day. This one here, right? This break retest high of the day. Not quite a touch retest, but nevertheless a nice entry if you treat your levels as yes, exactly. But yeah, I mean, oh, you mean this one here, or you mean this one here, Ram? I mean, both of them are previous day high and all time high. This one is good, and this one is also good. Yeah, just as you said, and I think this is really important. I mean, hey Neto, but this never went all the way. This never went all the way to retest this. Well, dude, it's around 185. I mean, if you want a round number, psych number, whole number to retest, that was your name. That was your level. It's just like 3 or 4 cents away. Just as Ramesh said, it's a it's not about right to the T, but if you are following, look at this. This is also the all-time highs. Just as Ramesh said. Oh, Nvidia here. This is all-time highs, right? So what are you waiting here? You are expecting to be very bullish. You are expecting to be very, very bullish because you are at all-time highs. So, I mean, if it never comes back and retests here for 4 cents, I think, I mean, you were expecting too much of this name. After this, look at this breakout, right? Look at this breakout here. Good observation there, Ramesh. Thank you. Thank you. What about government shutdowns? Brother, I come from Mexico. Nothing scares you once you are from Latin America. When it happens that the indices drop from it or trade sideways, I think only the names that have a lot to do with the government. For example, let me tell you that come on, Gabi. Gabi, she's also from Mexico, so she knows. I will be very worried if you have shares on Palantir, because the last few thank you, Ram, see you tomorrow. The last few breakouts from Palantir, they have been from government contracts. Like, oh well, they just had a few $billion contract with the Department of Defense. Well, it's now the Department of War, and they have been developing something for the FBI, and they are doing something for the another government. So I will look for the names that are really tied with the government for shorting them. And I think that is, for me, Palantir is the name. But again, that's just out of my observation, right? Thank you, Gabi. Yeah, like the video, subscribe to the channel, guys. Francine, yes. Okay, thank you. Neto, do you remember my question about hard stops? Oh, yes. All right, I'll go for it at the end, Faisal, when we go back to SPY. Okay. Con huevito. No, guys, flour tortillas are for today. We can ask for more tomorrow, but these ones are for today. Um. Yeah, that's why Palantir. I mean, if we have a shutdown, Palantir is gonna be crazy. So, guys, prepare your wallet to buy the dip if this happen, right? All right. Okay. Tesla. Well, nothing too interesting on Tesla. We have this drop here. I wouldn't enter on this consolidation. I like this break, but you never had like good reaction to the downside. So nothing for me on Tesla. What is this? Microsoft. I didn't prepare anything for Microsoft. Look at this. This is the only thing that I was watching. This was the actual only name that I was watching this morning. And I was watching this. So do you see this, guys? Wives who make tortillas are the best. Guys, don't believe everything Gabi says. Latino wives, it's just too dangerous. It's just too dangerous. I mean, yes, you fell in love because they're cooking, but they are too dangerous. Watch out. Palantir calls 935. Why? Break retest pre-market high. Aiming 181 and previous day high. Aiming 181 and previous day high. It's just let Palantir. Well, maybe on the 15 minute I can see what you were trying to do here. This line here. Well, it's not even there. Oh. I don't know, Felipe. This is just too ambitious for me. I mean, I'm glad this worked, but it's Gabi, you too. 935, exit 936. It was a mistake. No, you had this 180, 180, 16. Why 180, 16? Like this one here. I don't know, guys. I mean, you don't convince me. This is just too early in the morning on the session for me. Francine, you're pretty sure we're shooting down? I don't know. I think Republicans have too much leverage over Democrats. Something is gonna happen. Yeah, they can't let a shutdown with Trump, with marketing all-time highs, with jobs all-time highs. Just I mean, I don't think it's happening. Yeah, no, Gabi, I think this is just too risky, for being honest. This is just too risky. I mean, I understand this. I understand this. It's it's pumping right at the open, right at the gate, but it's just too early for me. It's just too early for me. All right. I want to explain something that Faisal was asking me yesterday, and I asked him to wait for the session. He was asking me about the stop losses. So, for example, here I want to use this example here, Faisal, because I think this is gonna be very useful. Look at this. This is the kind of play that we were looking. You know, I will be September and October looking for these kind of plays, exhaustion plays, where we are looking for these support turn into resistance flip zones, right? The break and retest. So, for example, if I'm taking a trade here, let's say here, okay, my invalidation level, Faisal, is the top of these candles here, right? Forget about my targets. Let's say that's my target. But my invalidation level are the top of these candles. If the next candle is coming to here, or it's just retesting this key level here, it's just that, right? It's another retest. So when we take these trades here, and please stop me when if stop me if you lose me, right? Stop me if you lose me, all right? So for example here, Faisal, if you are entering on this second candle, is because you are looking for clarity on the movement instead of the highest reward, right? Because if you were looking for the highest reward but also the highest risk, you will be like trying to enter like somewhere here, right? And your risk could not be right here. It should need to be something like this, right? Why? Because you don't know if this is just another squeeze to the upside. So this is kind of the right place to say like, okay, well, now it's creating a higher high or something, or maybe this, right? If you try to enter here, somewhere here, this might be only the break and retest of this 5-minute opening range. So in order to invalidate this entry to the downside, you needed to understand that your risk is breaking this, and now you are creating a higher high. But if you are thinking that this is gonna be a lower high, well, you should be waiting for some confirmation here, right? You should be waiting for some confirmation here. So when you are having your stops, you want to understand in what area you are taking your position, right? In what area you are taking your position, because sorry, why? Because if your invalidation level, you need to understand your invalidation level, and you need to understand the price action around your invalidation level. So for example, let's say here in Palantir, this 181, it's a strong key level because it's a round number, strike number, whole number, and also it was the previous high of the day. So this was resistance, then it was used as support, and now it's used as resistance again. So if you are asking me, hey, would you accept a few candle wicks retesting your key level right here again? I will say yes, because I'm looking for the rejections on this area, right? I'm looking for the rejections on this area here. And if this candle closes above here, well, now I'm understanding that this is not a lower high yet, and this might be just the bounce on this area here. All right. So what I want to explain better is, oh, what I want to explain better, Faisal, is that I take the mental stops because first, because they are options, but second, because I understand invalidation level. I understand invalidation level. I don't care. Well, I don't care about the percentage on my P&L, but because I understand that my entry should make sense with my playbook, and my playbook is aligned to my risk management plan, and because I know how I trade that name, then I can understand that invalidation level, it's in a percentage that I feel comfortable. So it's kind of a mix of things. So my suggestion for you, take it or leave it, is understand what kind of entries you are taking. If you are taking if you are taking like really risky entries, like really aggressive entries, like just the retest of that key level, and you are not waiting for any confirmation on the movement, I will maybe have a higher stop. But if I'm waiting for the movement to actually create some hints of continuation, I will say like, okay, I can understand what I'm doing. So it's different for everyone. And for me, with options, I can take it, but not sure. For example, I'm not sure how you are doing it on futures, right? Because if you are sizing too heavy on futures, you might want to have hard stops and re-enter into your position, because well, I don't know how it works with your broker, but in my broker, once I sold my position, I can re-enter with the same money. It's not like in options. In options, I need to wait for my funds to settle next day. But for when I'm trading futures, my funds, it's like they are available the moment I close my position. So if you, it depends, depending on your risk management plan, you might take more hard stops and re-entries. But in options, you may want to wait for the mental stop and accept the candle wicks, because because most of the times, at least in my playbooks, at least on my experience, on the setups that I'm looking for, most of the times, yes, we can have another retest and then continuation on the move. So again, it's depending on how you are managing your risk and how you are managing your entries. But it's different for futures and it's different for options. Is that makes sense for you? Good. Thank you, Faisal. I just felt like at the end I was just cycling. Dominic, can you talk about how you choose this sticker to be your top watch for the day? Dominic, right now I'm just watching SPY and QQQ. But what I usually do is I go for the 15-minute chart and look for the ones with the nice patterns or trend lines on the 15-minute chart, and I just focus on them. And once the market opens, I wait 10 to 15 minutes to see the ones with the relative strength or the relative weakness, and that's how I choose my tech names to trade. All right, so that was Palantir, guys. Apple, Google, Meta. This I think this is Ramesh trade this morning. I don't see any other entry. Maybe this break and retest of this area here, but I think this was the most obvious. And knowing him, I think he just took this. This was the break and retest of the 5-minute opening range, and also it was this 733.49. That's a previous that's a key level on the daily chart. And that was it, guys. That was it. Thank you very much for coming. If you guys entered after we start the live stream, please go to the start of the recording, because I made a few announcements there, and you're gonna love it. You're gonna love them, guys. Thank you very much. You know the drill. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. We are so close of 800 people. Please push this. 800 tomorrow. No, 800 tonight. Let's see if we can do it. Guys, thank you very much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.